Guys, do you think more people would get excited about spring if I took my shirt off for this video?
Yes.
Oh,
Certain number of the population, absolutely.
I was expecting that answer. I was hoping you would encourage me to keep my shirt on because I am not taking my shirt off. It's not that
Whatever makes
In
you
that
happy.
case, no.
okay. Normally, when I say something like that, then I have like an intro to play after it, and then we go into the thing. But I don't have any kind of intro, so we're just going into the thing. Spring 2023. We're going to preview some of the anime that are coming out in this spring 2023 season. The most exciting times of the year for me are when we transfer from one old season into a whole brand new season, and the whole world is bright. And I get so excited about things I can talk in 3 months about how much they disappointed me. So
yeah, and we can go poison pigeons in the park, just like Tom Lehrer said we should.
now I have a couple of lists here of anime that are coming out, but I cannot promise that any of them are complete. So I went with the one that actually had English translations along with the Japanese names because, I'm a little teeny bit better at English than I am at Japanese. But I'm going to just kind of run down some stuff, see what you guys think about, what you're looking forward to. I might miss something that you guys are looking forward to. Spit it up. Let me know about it. But I'm starting with some big ones. Demon Slayer, the Swordsmith Village arc is going to get its TV series treatment, I guess. And I don't know, are they going to be following that with more new episodes, or are they just going to be giving us the sword? I don't know what to expect because I didn't see the film. And I'm thinking maybe they'll do like they did with Mugen Train, where they kind of chop that up to start the season. Do you have any idea, Matthew?
Again, not really a film, just like the first extended episode of the new season coming after on the heels of the few episodes from the last season.
Now, do you plan to watch Swordsmith Village arc?
Yeah.
What about you, Chris? You plan?
Yeah, I'm gonna watch it. I don't know. Have they released the actual movie yet on like Crunchyroll or anything like that?
I don't think so. I think that's going to happen when this happens, and I think that's like April 6th or something. So it's coming up real quick. Like by the time this video's out, it may be available, but I don't know the details to that. But I was just curious if we're going to try to find another show to give the Trigun treatment, or if we're just going to just kind of wing it and check in on a few different things in spring. We'll figure that out later. We don't have to figure that out now. But something else I think a lot of people are probably excited about, another returning show is Dr. Stone, New World. Either of you guys excited about more Dr. Stone?
Yeah.
Yeah, Doc Stone's great.
More broccoli-haired inventor shenanigans, please.
I couldn't imagine that people would not be excited about Dr. Stone, but it takes all kinds of folks, and I'm like nowhere near caught up. I've seen only like the very few episodes, and I already know it's a wonderful, charming thing. And knowing that April 6th we get new episodes, maybe that'll motivate me to start watching it this spring. I'm going to have some time. I can watch a few extra things.
Yeah.
Have you guys heard of a show called Hell's Paradise? It actually debuted.
I watched the first episode, and it is dynamite. It's by Mappa. It is dynamite. It is,
and I'm loving what I'm seeing here. It looks like kind of like samurai. Maybe it looks like it's like old, set in the past, sort of historical with some soldiers. I see a lot of swords and pole arms and axes in the art.
Yeah, it's definitely Edo period.
Nice.
I mean, so that's what we're dealing with, and basically the premise is that there's this mysterious island that basically everyone thinks is heaven, right? That they found it. And on that is they believe the elixir of eternal life is on there. So what the idea is they're rounding up super criminals to go there to find it.
Oh, I love this.
Because, and this is the twist, because they sent expeditions and everyone came back in boats transformed into like flowers were growing out of them. So that's why it's Hell's Paradise, because everyone that they've sent has died, but in a flowery way.
If they're turning into flowers.
Yeah.
But have you seen this one yet, Matthew?
No, I haven't seen.
I think we should check this one out. Is this on Crunchyroll, Chris?
It is on Crunchyroll. Yep.
I think we ought to agree to check this out. Maybe next week we check in and see what we think, because it sounds pretty amazing to me. Is that cool with you, Matthew, or not?
All right. Yeah, sure.
Have you guys heard about something called Tonikawa, Over the Moon for You, Season 2?
Yes.
No.
Tonikawa, Over the Moon is awesome. I read the manga. It is Although they allude to the fact that the female who is strong as a truck, knows way too much stuff, is actually the Moon Princess, which
Okay.
is a very famous myth in Japan. So there's this princess that lives on the moon,
Kind of
and
like
there's
Sailor
all
Moon.
no,
Nope. Nope.
no, not really. But the idea is that there's NASA. That's the kid's name is NASA, which is not a Japanese name. His parents just named him NASA. And
After
so
the Space Commission or whatever.
I think so. I
Nice.
can remember correctly. I believe that's the way it is. But he meets this woman who basically saves his. He's like following her because he just sees her and he's like, "Oh my god, this is the most beautiful girl I've ever seen." And he walks right in front of a transport truck.
Oh no!
But she just walks in front of it and blocks the transport truck. He gets hurt and spends time in jail. But like he like breaks his
He
legs and
goes to
she's
jail.
no in hospital. Sorry.
Okay, I was like,
Hospital.
wow, there's some
Yeah,
tough laws there.
and basically he follows, like he's got broken legs and he's like following her and he's like like basically like, "You're beautiful, like will you marry me?" And she's like, "Well, maybe." And then
See,
just like then for like a year she disappears. Then one day she shows up on his doorstep and it's like, "Okay, let's go get married." And then it's about this whole like romance, but it turns out they allude to the fact that she is the Moon Princess.
so Matthew, I got to tell you, most of the girls I've known are more likely to push me in front of a truck, but that's
Oh,
probably more of a me problem than a them problem, you know.
okay. Hmm.
Konosuba, an explosion on this wonderful world. Have you guys ever heard of that?
I have not seen any Konosuba.
Konosuba, yes, I've seen that, and this is focused on one of the main characters, which is Megumin. So yes, this should be fun.
It
Okay,
says it's based
spin-off of
on
that
light
character. Huh?
novels. If that helps at all, there, Matthew.
Oh, yeah. I've just never seen the anime.
And then I've got something here called Oshi no Ko.
Oshinoko.
You guys familiar with that at all? I don't have an English translation for the title. I know nothing else about it.
Yeah, it's about idols
Oh,
and
Pregnant
something like that.
Idol.
It was like super
Wait,
a
wait,
big
wait.
real
Oh,
big thing.
I got to read you this. I'm so sorry. I found the English translation for the description here. It says Goro is a countryside gynecologist and a big fan of I. So when the pregnant idol shows up at his, and then the description runs out, but this is not what I was expecting when I saw the cover art. But wow, it's
I
like I
I,
think a
be,
baby is going to be born, and like the
yeah,
doctor's a fan.
I believe actually I believe he dies and is reincarnated as the baby or something.
Oh wow, I
Oh
didn't see that
God.
happening.
I could be
So
wrong about that, but
so Chris, I'm going to assign this to you. I don't think I'm
Oh,
going to watch
but
it.
this is like a big thing. They released it. They released it in the first 3 episodes in theaters in Japan or
Oh
something like that.
wow. Well, maybe you do need to watch it for us, Chris.
yeah, maybe.
Here's another one. I like the title. My love story with Yamada Kun at level 999.
That's too high.
Yeah, that is a pretty high level.
That's
Have
a
you guys
pretty
heard of
yeah,
this
that's
at
a
all?
pretty high, like that's basically like cheat code.
I know that's her boyfriend cheats on her with another girl he met in a game. Oh my goodness, this is terrible that they have to get to level 999 in order to say I'm sorry that I cheated on you in the video game or something. You said cheat code, maybe that's what happened. Have you guys ever heard of Mashle? Am I saying that right? Mashle. Mashle.
I
Mashal?
think it's. I think it's.
Yes.
I think it might
Yes.
be Mashle. Mashle.
Mashal though,
Like
yeah.
muscle,
Mashal, magic
muscle
and
with magic,
muscles.
muscle,
This
maybe.
looks cool to me.
Yes. It
Uh,
is. It's
Is
it's
this a
like
new thing?
it's like Harry Potter with muscles.
This looks like, I know you have to be familiar with those little like muscle wrestling figures that almost look like pencil erasers, Chris.
Hey, look at my shirt. If you can, well, you can't see it, but
I can't see, but other people
it's
can.
WrestleMania week. It was just WrestleMania weekend, and I'm representing the Nature Boy Ric Flair, so of course I know those. Come on.
I think those
Nate.
are actually based on an anime manga, Kinnikuman. I think.
I think that they were, but that's kind of a little bit of the vibe. I'm getting like Harry Potter meets those muscle figures, and that's Mashal. But I need to watch Mashle. April 8th, it says. Is
It's a
when
pretty popular
Yeah.
manga too. It's pretty popular.
So this
Doesn't look like it appeals to me at all.
school, I think I'm really going to like it because I really like broad comedy, and this is feeling like a broad comedy. So I'll report back if I follow through on my threat to watch anything at all. So we've got the Ancient Magus Bride season 2. Were either of you fans of the Ancient Magus Bride season 1?
One of my favorite shows.
Nice. So you're probably happy about season 2 then.
I'm so excited. I've been reading the manga, and I can't wait to see this stuff animated.
Chris?
Yeah, it's actually, I've seen the first season, but it's actually like my daughter's favorite thing. I don't know how many volumes of Ancient Magus Bride she has, but she's got a ton and she's read it all. And so that's the one show she's excited for this year.
I need to see season 1, but man, that sounds like it's got some high praise. Have you guys heard of Heavenly Delusion? And when I say that, I'm talking about an anime, not just life in general. Anyway, there's an anime called Heavenly Delusion that premiered on April 1st. Kids are raised in a city. There, I don't know what else to say. It looks like it might be like they're safe behind the walls, but what exists outside of those walls? Do we have a Attack on Titan for Gen Z? I don't know. Ranking of Kings, the Treasure Chest of Courage. You know, Ranking of Kings, such a charming, like lovable anime that I'm up for another season. The Treasure Chest of Courage. I love that subtitle too.
I still haven't seen it.
You have any thoughts there, Chris?
You know what? I couldn't get into it, which is weird. Usually I don't have that issue, especially with something like that. But the fact that it's basically like Tom Thumb, that's basically what it is. It's like I don't know. I just couldn't get into it.
Well, here's something I bet you'll be able to get into. It's another Isekai, and it's called I Got a Cheat Skill in Another World and Became Unrivaled in the Real World 2.
I literally watched that about 20 minutes before we started recording this morning.
I like the art, and I kind of like the weird, ridiculous title. Did you watch it, Matthew?
I did not, but I'm intrigued by the idea that he can go back and forth in this.
I know that's when Isekai goes full on wish fulfillment, is when you just travel back and forth.
It's pretty cool. He's the master of the door, and so he starts out life as somebody who's always been picked on because he's ugly and fat. Like literally, they call him ugly and fat and everything. Even his own family does. They don't let him put his clothes with the rest of the family's clothes because he's ugly and fat and smells. Like they basically mistreat him. And his grandfather was the only person who ever showed him any compassion. And his grandfather willed him his house. And in his house, he finds a secret room because his grandfather traveled all over the world with this door. And then everything changes.
So
you almost got me excited,
like Narnia.
For a minute there, it sounded like the anime version of the lard-ass story from Stand By Me.
I did not think it was going that direction. No. How about this? In Another World with My Smartphone, season 2, it looks like. Either that or it's his Apple 2, like his iPhone 2.
It's season 2. It's definitely season 2.
It's like not much of a flex, but I guess if they got no iPhones at all.
Have you seen? I guess neither of you have watched it. Okay, this one is about the most. This is about as level as ridiculous, top level ridiculous as it comes in Isekai. This is a guy who, of course, the common trope, he's accidentally killed. So this guy's accidentally killed, and they're like, oh, we have to reincarnate you, but they reincarnate him as completely the same, he's the same. He just comes over, and they're like, oh, and so the god's like, okay, so you can't, you can have anything. I'll give you anything. And so this guy goes, I want my smartphone. And they go,
that is a great premise, though. You got to admit, it's a nice little commentary.
And he goes, well, you can't communicate with the people back home. And he goes, yeah, but I just want to be able to check in on them. And they're like, okay. And he's like, but even though you're just asking for your smartphone, I'll give you all kinds of magic power and strength and all this stuff. But all he wanted was his smartphone so that he could look at social media. And then it turns into a harem with magic and adventuring.
Sign me up. I don't know what to say to that. The Dangers in My Heart. It looks like maybe it's a romance or something.
Complications?
It says romantic subtext in school. So there you go.
It's about someone with heartworms. Is that it?
That's it. Are your dogs dewormed? All right. I like the cover art for this because it looks like it could be about podcasters. It's called Insomniacs After School. And there's a big microphone, or actually it's a big microscope, but from a distance the microscope looks kind of like a old-fashioned like USB microphone. That's what I thought it was. But no, I think they're actually looking at the stars, and I thought they were podcasters. So maybe I don't like it. Anyway, somebody dies in the astronomy club, and I guess they can't sleep, but there's no podcasting whatsoever, so it stinks. Don't ever watch it. My Home Hero is another one. You guys ever heard of My Home Hero?
I mean,
only seen like the cover art. That's all
I
I
looked
see.
at the list, so yeah.
The cover art kind of has like this upside, I don't know, almost like a Tenet type thing. I don't know. You see like the reflection upside down, and then you see the guy walking on the surface of it. It's interesting cover art. I like it. He's a salary man, you know. You can tell because he's on the cover in a suit. He's a salary man. Summoned to another world for a second time. So I would assume that there was a first time that maybe you guys know about. I don't know. It's called Summoned to Another World for a Second Time.
I don't know about the first, so I'm not much help.
Well, I'm going to say it has question mark episodes, so we'll find out. A Galaxy Next Door.
That blurb might be interesting.
Let's see. A struggle to support his two younger siblings on nothing but a small inheritance and a passion for drawing manga. It's art about art, so people will either love it or hate it. That tends to be polarizing. Art about art. Kuma Bear Punch. I think I got too many Kumas in there.
No, there's 3 Kumas.
Kuma Bear Punch.
But that basically just means that's bear 4 times, right? Like because Kuma is
bear punch.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm Boy George, your culture club.
That show is a lot. That show is just a lot. It's just sweet and fun.
It looks like it.
It is.
I saw like the first episode. I haven't really been wanted to see more after that.
The Aristocrats' Otherworldly Adventure, Serving God? Wait, is there more to that
wonderful.
title?
Please let this be one long, incredibly dirty joke. Suddenly, the last one, it's...
I have no background information really here.
I watched the first episode yesterday.
The Aristocrats' Otherworldly Adventure, Serving Gods Who Go Too Far. Okay.
Yeah.
I had to get the full title there.
Yeah, I watched the first episode. Of course, it's like he dies. He gets reincarnated, but he died doing something like they're like, the gods finally tell him like when he's 5 and he gets to meet the gods and gets baptized. And that's when he learns like he's supposed to get all his magic powers, but he could already read and write because he has all his memories and the gods screwed up and didn't take his memories from him.
That's nice.
But then they tell him like, when you save these 2 girls from like a guy was with a knife was chasing these 2 girls and he jumped in front, got stabbed and died. But they're like, you actually didn't need to do that because he was going to trip and fall and then run away. And so he's like, you mean I saved these girls, but they were going to be saved anyways, and now I'm dead? And they're like, yeah. And so all the gods decide to grant him all their power. So he ends up at 5 years old. He's like the most powerful person in the world.
I love that conceit. I got to say I'm all for it. Eden Zero's getting a second season. I think Fairy Tale fans will be happy to see that. Did I get that right there, Chris?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That was Netflix. Season 1, I think, was Netflix here in North America, so it's probably where season 2 will.
Yeah, I believe they have the whole thing. Yeah.
Did you check out Eden Zero there, Matthew?
No.
The legendary hero is dead. Coming out April 7th. I don't know any excitement there. It sounds like another Isekai to me.
It could be. It just seems like a subtle ripoff on the detective is already dead. So I don't know.
Oh! I didn't even think about that. That was your favorite anime, Matthew.
Barf.
Mobile Suit Gundam,
Barf.
The Witch from Mercury, Season 2.
Yeah, right.
I'm glad that Gundam's still out there. I like Gundam.
Gundam will never die.
No, they'll be rolling out Gundam forever. Oh, yeah.
Polka and Gundam, never dying.
Something called My One Hit Kill Sister. Sounds like your sister's pretty tough, whoever that person is.
Sounds like a sequel to Do You Love Your Mom and Her 2-hit?
Oh, her 2-hit combo? Yeah, her 2-hit kill combo. Yeah, that one was ridiculous. Yeah, but it was funny, but it was ridiculous.
Yuri is my job, and I think of Yuri as a name, so I don't know what that's about. The Cafe Terrace.
Yuri is ladies on ladies.
You notice I went right on to the Cafe Terrace with its goddesses, didn't you? How about Kamikatsu, Working for God in a Godless World? That is a heavy title right there. I'll never
That one
watch
I
it,
think
probably,
I'm kind of interested in.
Let's
It
see.
does have an interesting title, that's for sure.
We got one that looks like it's about violins called No Orchestra.
Honestly,
No.
music animes, I don't know. Very difficult for me to get into.
If it's not a sequel to Tacked Up Destiny, I think I'll pass.
Yeah. Well, which there's one that works, Tack Up Destiny.
So, Sacrificial Princess and the King of Beasts looks to me like maybe a Beauty and the Beast retelling, I'm guessing. I don't know.
Sure.
Probably.
And I love this cover art. All I have is the Japanese name. It's Maho Shoujo Magical Destroyers.
Magical Destroyers.
Yeah.
That one looks like it's going to be fun, I think.
This cover art has me like, they say you can't judge a book by the cover, but cover art, man, what else are you going to judge it by? I'm loving this cover art. I got to at least check it out.
Read the back flap.
Yeah. Birdie Wing, Golf Girls Story Season 2.
Yeah.
I'm not a golf fan, but I bet you could enjoy this even if you didn't like golf.
Do you enjoy ridiculous premises and mafia stories with weird? It's a golf mafia story.
Okay, because I know like my son's about 15, and him and a lot of his friends like the Birdie Wing stuff for some reason. We've got Too Cute Crisis. It looks a little too cute for me. I don't know about you guys. What about Rokudo's Bad Girls? Again, I'm a sucker for good artwork. This is pretty good artwork, I think, this Rokudo's Bad Girls.
I don't know anything about it, but it just sounds probably hilariously ridiculous, so I might have to check it out.
It says the themes are delinquents, harem, and school.
Yeah, there you go. It's ridiculous.
It's got a bit of a retro art style from the cover I'm looking at.
Like I said, I'm a sucker for the art on that one, and the retro gets me too. There's something called The Marginal Service that has good artwork, but no synopsis on the place I'm looking.
I saw the video preview of that, and I'm not sure what it's doing, but it looks interesting. I'll check it out.
There's another season of Tokyo Mew Mew New. Are you guys excited?
New.
No.
Any other anime that you guys are aware of that are out there that maybe need to be mentioned for this season? I've got some ongoing. I think Vinland Saga season 2 is like spanning both winter and spring, so it's still going on. And then our other standard ongoings that are always going on are out there. But anything else that I missed that you guys had on your list that it's a sin not to mention?
No, I feel like I feel like you covered all the ones I'm watching. So
yeah, I may or may not have a look at Otaku Elf.
I like the idea of I do like that. I just didn't know if anybody else would like that.
I like it, Dork Elf.
Well, with that, I'm just going to say, check in with us. We're going to be telling you more about what we think of some of these anime as they come out. We check them out and we watch them. We'll have some updates every week or so. We'll have some fun with anime news coming up in April, and we'll just see how everything else goes. So as always, I'm proud of you for watching anime, and we'll talk to you again soon.
I just want to say a big thank you to everyone who supports the channel on Patreon. It really means a lot to me. If you might be interested in Patreon perks like early access to videos, uncut reaction videos, ad-free videos, and the opportunity to vote on which anime will be covered in the future, then click on the link in the video description. Thank you.